Okay, let's get this started. Flameo hot people, and welcome to another video. Today I am going to introduce you to a new series of videos that I'm going to do. And yes, I know that I've announced a lot of different series like Ultimate Devil Fruit, now these tournaments, the what if scenarios, original series and all of these things, but I just want to see what exactly is what I want to do and what will work for me the best. So here we are trying out a lot of things, and everything that I announced will be done, but obviously it's going to take some time to get through everything. This tournament was obviously recommended in a comment, thank you for that. And so I have a few things that before the actual first episode of these One Piece Saga tournaments will be released, I have something to clear up with you as the viewers. These tournaments can be done in a multitude of ways. The two different methods that are mainly to be considered here are single or double elimination. If you don't know what that exactly means, let me explain it for you. Single elimination, like the name implies, is that you have a battle and if you lose, you are out of the tournament. While double elimination is if you lose the first time, you fall from the winner's bracket into the loser's bracket and you basically get a second chance to fight. So if by any chance the two strongest people fight against each other in the first round, the second strongest would be like a loser of the first round and wouldn't exactly be the second strongest person in Saga. But because of the double elimination, they would fall down into the loser's bracket, win completely through the loser's bracket, get to the final round against the winner of the winner bracket, but they most likely would lose there again because they didn't grow stronger if you think about it. Unless I make a mechanic of the more they battle, the stronger they grow, but that wouldn't make any sense. So technically saying it doesn't matter and it would need to be with a seeded system. I feel like even if the strongest people fight in round 1, it wouldn't matter, so single elimination would just make us take less time to get through everything, but it just wouldn't make sure that the strongest battle would be at the end. There would be different methods to do that, but I still haven't thought about that too much. So please say what you think is the best method to go about this tournament, because obviously there's some obvious winners in the different sagas if you think about it, but for now this is still undecided. A few other rules that I have written down here to make sure the tournament is somewhat interesting is that straw hats are excluded. Otherwise, basically at the end of the saga, it would mostly be Luffy winning these fights. Just think about it. In the East Blue, Luffy won basically against everyone. And then in the Alabasta saga, he basically won against everybody again. And then we get to Sky Island saga where he won again. Now basically in the Yonko saga or the Wano saga or Whole Cake Island saga, Luffy wouldn't be the winner, because in Whole Cake Island, Luffy wouldn't win against Big Mom, and in Wano, he only won against Kaido because everybody together fought against Kaido before he actually battled against him one-on-one. So one-on-one, I still don't think Luffy could take Kaido. Even if he now has Gear 5, I don't think he would be able to take him. So now a few different things that I want also to include in this scenario or in this tournament is the characters that I want to include in this battle must be fighters. They are not just random villagers that don't fight or do anything. And a different thing is that they must have actually seriously battled in that saga and shown enough for us to work with. Some people that would be excluded from the East Blue saga, for example, would be Lucky Roo. All the Shanks pirates, the Red Heart pirates and Shanks himself, wouldn't really work out because we haven't seen anything from them in the East Blue saga. And we know Shanks wasn't a Yonko back then when he was seen with young Luffy, but he was still really, really strong, I would guess. About to become a Yonko, so he would easily destroy everybody there. So that excludes some of these characters. The characters only use the powers and techniques they have shown until the end of the saga. That means the earliest would be the War Saga or something, like the Marineford Saga, is the first time we actually see people using Haki. Yes, we can debate on that Shanks used Haki in the very first episode, or very first chapter, but because this Shanks doesn't really take part in the East Blue tournament, this is not going to matter for us. But that means Haki is going to play a role only in the later parts, and this will also mean that some of the winners in the tournaments are pretty obvious if you think about it. But there are some ways to go around it, and I have thought about these because the characters have creative ways to deal with certain Logias, because we all know I'm talking about Logias, but if we can't handle them without Haki, there has to be some other way. And as we've seen Luffy dealing with Crocodile with water in Alabasta, there are certain ways to deal with other Logias as well. You just need to be smart enough about it to go and actually win against them. Now, I also want to include filler characters in these tournaments, because yes, there are enough characters in the canon story that can be used for this battle, but just including filler characters can be funny. Like in East Blue, there's only one filler character that is actually a fighter that can be included here, and that is Eric. I don't know if you remember Eric, but Eric is the guy who ate like the razor fruit, I think, and he can increase the size of his fingernails, and with that he can like make cuts appear and make like these razor sharp attacks, which are basically like wind attacks. I always thought he had like a wind fruit, like a wind paramecia or something, but he actually just has this fruit that increases the size of his like fingernails, which is interesting. But let's see how far he can actually get in the battle, if he's stronger than the other top candidates that I have in mind for the East Blue Saga already. So now I also have a few questions for you before I can actually get to the final part of this video. The first question is, should this thing be, this One Piece Saga tournament, should this be one big video with the entire tournament, or multiple shorter videos but more detailed for every single battle? Like one single video would be for, obviously not for every tournament, but for the One Piece East Blue Saga tournament, it would be like, I would go through, I think it would be 16 different battles or something, or maybe a bit more, just to get through everything. And 16 different battles to go into a lot of detail in one video would make it like over 1 hour, 2 hours or something long. So I would probably tend to making multiple shorter videos, but in the end it's mostly up to you what you think would be better as like content on the channel, and I will mostly go with what you say, because I'm only the producer and you guys are the people who would enjoy it, or I would like for you to enjoy it. Talking about enjoyment, if you enjoy these videos and these different scenarios or like different series that I produce, why don't you consider clicking on the like or subscribe button, or why not both, to make my day just a bit better, and yours as well, because then you will get more and more content from the one and only Pyro Primer, who is sure to going to get only better from here on out, with editing softwares, with BGMs for all of the videos, and all of these things happening. Then my second question for you is, would you like the tournament to be completely random, as I just type in the names and then I click on the randomize button and the people basically are completely filled up on random, and I don't know what these battles are, only including like a few, like 2 or 3 or 4 favorites that get basically a buy in the first round, so that they are only there in the later rounds. Like for example, let's say Smoker in the East Blue Saga is one of the strongest people, if not the strongest. I'm not sure of that yet, because I haven't really compared all these characters just yet. But technically would say that Smoker gets a bypass, and because that he doesn't take part in the first round, but is there for the next rounds. And what I want to say is, do you want me to randomize these things, that I don't know what these battles are until I for the first time see the tournament bracket as well? Or do you want me to make the tournament bracket as I want to see it? Basically just making sure that every battle is interesting until the 2 strongest people most likely meet up in like the finals. So I would need a bit more preparation for that, because I would need to, if I organize these tournaments like how I want to do it, that would mean that I basically know the outcome of it from the very start. But if I make it randomized, there's going to be a few surprises here and there and something else. So do you want a random, or do you want my decision? That's the second question for you. And the third question for you is, do you like this avatar? Like, this depends on a lot of things, because I really like doing these videos with this, but if you don't like me doing that, I could just get rid of it and do like nothing there. And if I ever grow to a certain way, I don't know if I would like to include a face cam, because I personally like not showing my face too much. Like this question doesn't have too much to do with the actual fight here or the tournament going on, but I kind of like being the VTuber here. But obviously I know that most One Piece YouTubers are just normal people with normal faces, human faces, and I don't even know if there are any other VTubers like who do the One Piece content or other content like this. So just asking for me to actually get some ideas of if I should continue with this or should do a few changes here and there to make myself more known outside in the world. Now, but that's all for this video. All that I wanted to say for the One Piece Saga tournament for now, in preparation for the very first episode where we are going to take a look at the bracket. You just need to answer me every question that I asked you in this video. To summarize, it was: do you want single or double elimination? Do you want one big video or multiple shorter videos? The second question I already forgot because I don't have a good memory. And the third question was about me being a VTuber. But that's all from me for today, and I hope all of you have a beautiful rest of your day, however late or early it is for you right now, and we will see each other again in the next video. This has been PyroPrima, and all that is left to say is stay cultured, stay happy, and most importantly, stay healthy. See you next time. Bye!